At 2 o'clock in the morning, the Pacific Ocean felt like ice. Admiral William McRaven and the other Navy SEAL candidates had endured nearly 36 hours without sleep. Cold water filled their lungs. Salt burned their skin. Sand covered their bodies. Every muscle begged them to stop. Then came a command that seemed almost absurd: make your beds. McRaven returned to the barracks. His hands shook from the cold. His body screamed for rest, yet he pulled the sheets tight. He squared every corner. He aligned the blanket. Then he finished the job until a coin could bounce from the surface. The bed did not remove the cold. It did not end Hell Week. It did not make the next command easier. But it proved something. Chaos had not taken command of him. McRaven could not control the ocean, the instructors, the exhaustion, or what came next. He could control his first action. That small act of order reminded him who he had chosen to become. This is how leaders defeat confusion. They do not wait for the entire day to become clear. They command the first action. That action establishes order. Order protects identity. Identity directs the mission. Before you open your email, check your phone, or respond to the world, answer one question. Who must you become today? Before you do, because if you do not command your identity, confusion will command your day. Welcome, everyone, to another episode of the Daily Leadership Brief. I am your host, Jason Safford. I am also known as a resilience architect. Today we are focused on, confusion is the enemy. And our focus this week is guarding the gate of identity. So today, the hero is Admiral McRaven, and we're asking the question, who will command your day? As always, I want you to start the day, stand, breathe, and decide. Ask yourself, what kind of leader does today require you to become? As always, we will start with a one-word intention for the day, and we will also look at the operating system and algorithm from Win Your Day for this lesson. Last week, we focused on the enemy being a part of distraction. So emotion, assumption, impression, and drift or expectation were the parts of distraction that were the enemy. Today, we're focusing on guarding the gate before the enemy can enter. So building your identity before any activity. I don't want you to name a task today. I want you to decide what kind of leader you today requires you to become. Excuse me. So again, in thinking about who will command your day, your decisions are going to direct your identity and who you become. So thinking about every decision with very clear choice and very clear action and impact is going to help you become the identity you want to be. Confusion arrives through competing priorities, borrowed expectations, unfinished concerns, and urgent demands. So I want you to think about this in terms of, each step, competing priorities, everything feels equal. Can everything feel equal when you need to get things done? Borrowed expectations, other voices define success. Are you allowing other people to direct the decisions that you need to make? Unfinished concerns, tasks from yesterday that carry over, and you think those need to be taken care of. Urgent demands, this is always putting out fires where whenever anybody has something that's a crisis, it becomes your crisis, and motion replaces mission. Going back to Admiral McRaven, think about being in Hell Week. as a Navy SEAL candidate. 2 a.m. in the morning in the ocean. You've got cold crushing your breath, salt burning your skin. You've been awake for 36 hours. And suddenly the command is make your beds. Not something that you can choose not to do. As he said, his hand shook. The corners still aligned. He went through the motions and made sure he executed each one, no matter how cold he was, until the coin bounced clean. So when you're in that moment, it's a matter of doing the tasks to the best of your ability, no matter how much discomfort there is. Order always begins with the first commanded action, whether it comes from somebody else or it comes from you, and that is what builds your identity. It is the physical evidence. So once you complete the action, that becomes the evidence and the vote for the leader you are becoming. That is why making your bed first thing in the morning is always one of the most powerful actions you can do. Identity must enter before information because every outside input carries someone else's priority. Who are you versus who somebody else is directing you to be? Before the email, meeting, news, or social media, you must install your own direction. In terms of today, your action is going to be to answer 3 questions before the first screen. Who must I become today? What matters most today? What will I prove I remained in command? These are your 3 questions to test today. In building today's command, this is the morning command code from Win Your Day. The first step is to declare one leadership identity, select one word, establish one primary mission, choose one measurable action, and name the person who will benefit. You will notice from last week some of these carry over, and again, in terms of the Win Your Day methodology, the main thing here is the one-word intention and establishing a primary mission, which is very, very identifying of the Win Your Day protocol. In building today's command in 5 lines, your identity starts with I am the leader who. You write the one word, the primary mission, the measurable action you're going to take, and who benefits from that measurable action. In guarding the gate, identity determines who leads, mission determines what matters, evidence proves that command becomes action, and when confusion returns, you do not begin with the inbox. You return to these 3 gates. The activity always begins after the 3 gates close. Today, I want you to focus on the idea of this being command capacity, okay? The more you take command of yourself, the more you have control over your thoughts and your actions. You do not control everything. The authority is to you and directing the next action, so you have clear decisions, controlled intention, and consistent execution. And always remember, your asset is your attention. Okay. In terms of your action for today, your one requirement, the daily leadership installation, your measurable evidence. I want you to complete the daily leadership installation before opening email or social media. And the measure is simple. Either you installed your direction first or the outside world entered first. Okay. For your contribution practice, your command must strengthen someone else. I want you to name one person, and how will your identity improve their day? You can answer this sentence: because I remain in command, this person, blank, will receive blank. Leadership always expands outwards in terms of how you help those around you. All right. Today you practice becoming the commander. I do not begin with noise. I begin with identity. I choose the mission. I produce the evidence. Again, this is how you execute for the day. In thinking about this for the rest of the day, again, you're choosing your one word. You're focusing on clarity, closing the first gate. And then you're focused on your attention. The enemy will try to steal your attention before you can act. So focusing on your attention is the key to this day. As always, I am Jason Safford, the Resilience Architect. You can find out more about me at the Resilience Universe, winyourdaybook.com, or email me at jasonsafford@gmail.com. Thank you as always, and win your day.